Welcome to the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am a transformational mindset and business coach and six-figure award-winning female entrepreneur. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that business and making money doesn't have to be hard when you're in alignment and flow. Inside this podcast, I will be showing you how to transform your mindset to program it for success, how to maximize your money vibrations, and how to redesign your business for ultimate financial and time freedom. You know you are meant to live an epic life. Now it's time to claim it. Hi ladies, welcome to another episode of the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. Thank you so much for having me. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am super excited to share with you video number 2 in my little mini series, which is essentially all of the things that I wish that I knew when I first started out in business that relate to yesterday was money, today is all around mindset. So it's my tips that I would give to you if you were starting out from scratch and wanting to emulate the success that I've had. I'm going to dive right in to keep it super short and actionable. But what I would say is if you've enjoyed this series, obviously make sure you go back and watch the first one on money, but also make sure that you subscribe, that you comment, and you watch the next one tomorrow, which is going to be all around business. So today around mindset, I've got lots of little bullet points that I wanted to share with you. I will talk around them, but again, I want to keep it super short and actionable. These are my key things around mindset that I think any woman in business should really learn to, like, from day one, which, you know, for me, it's been a 7, 8, 9 year growth trajectory. But these are my kind of top things that I would share. So the first one is radical self-awareness is essential, especially if you want to create transformation in your life. Understanding your patterns of self-sabotage is like number one, like 101. If you want to create change in your life, if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. So if you want to create a different outcome, if you want to up level and grow, if you want to feel a certain kind of way, you have to create change. But that means understanding what got you to this point so far. So when you are moving through the day, it is about understanding, what are my triggers? What is driving me mad? What is irritating me right now? Why do I feel some kind of way? Where am I holding myself back? What are the toxic patterns that I keep doing, particularly around things like money, relationships, and your potential going forwards. Like, this work is so important, but it comes from a place of radical self-awareness, not judgment. We're not making ourselves bad or wrong, because essentially, we are a product of our environment, of our wiring, of our conditioning, and all the things. Our brain is just doing what it is entirely supposed to do. But you need to start detaching yourself from the emotions of what is happening and how you're reacting, so that you can then observe it, become that gentle observer of your thoughts in order to create true change. So that is my number one thing that I think that everybody should get into the practice of doing, is removing your ego and self from any situation and saying, okay, actually, why did I react in that way? What is it that triggered me? What am I making myself feel, or what am I believing to be true about this situation? What am I making this mean, when actually it probably doesn't mean any of those things? The next thing is that forgiveness is an act of self-care. Like, it's an absolute must. Whenever we hold on to resentment or bad feeling about anything that's happened to us from the past, we are still allowing that situation, that person, that thing to continue to have power over us. Not only will it be taking energy away from us day to day, as we constantly get triggered by the same things, while we constantly rethink and rehash those memories from the past, but we are also, potentially manifesting illness in our body. Like, we are physically holding on to the emotions of those negative experiences from the past, and it will be keeping you stuck in some way, because ultimately your brain wants to keep you safe. If you have done something in the past previously and there was a negative consequence from it, your brain is going to give you resistance in doing it again, because it wants to keep you safe. So for example, if you've got a bad experience around money, holding on to that resentment or those bad feelings is going to stop you from taking inspired action towards making more money, because your brain is automatically going to associate with the negative outcome. So the more that you can forgive a situation and essentially diffuse the emotion from it, the more you then take that power back and decide what where you get to put your energy and focus going forwards. And believe me, a lot of people think that this is super hard, but it isn't. If anything, it's like the ultimate cuss. If somebody has done you wrong in life, we are not saying that anything is right. We're not condoning it. We're not saying it's okay. We are not like, we're not saying that it's fine, it's forgotten, it's just we're forgiving that situation. Like, essentially we are saying that you are so irrelevant to me now, that I am now taking back my power. I am moving forwards with my light intact, and you don't get to have any more of my fucks, and no fucks given. We are moving forward, um completely free and energetically lighter, to really just attract in the good things that are waiting for us. The next thing is around surrounding yourself with positive people who inspire you to do more. That shit is contagious. When somebody is fully positive, and I had this today actually, I had a situation that I acted from a place of ego. I was really upset and disappointed. And essentially, I vented to a friend because I was like, I just need to get it out. Like, I just need to kind of purge that situation from my mind, and then I'll be energetically ready to move on from it. It's like I just need to verbalize it and just have my moment and move on. And she responded with such positivity that the reframe was instant. Her light was infectious to me, and I was like, you are so right. Like, I don't want to be in this low vibe state, dwelling on the bad thing that's happened. I need to get back to light, back to positivity, because staying stuck in that negative energy doesn't serve me. No good is going to come from that. It's only going to manifest more bad things. So the sooner that I can return to the light, the sooner that I can see the positive and keep it moving, the better that this is just, the more likelihood that this is just going to be a blip, and I'm going to move on back onto a good energy. So surrounding yourself with positive people, it's so powerful, not only from an energetic perspective, but also from there's actually power in being surrounded with positive people that are always solutions focused and finding a way. It's why in any of my containers, when I work with clients, any of my offers, any of my programs, there is always a community element to it. Even my one-to-one clients come into my mastermind so that they can be surrounded by incredible, empowering, inspiring, motivating women that are doing big things in the world, because that will actually activate creative parts of their brain. Like, from a neuroscience perspective, it will help them to think differently. It will help them. I mean, they will physically be able to see what is possible for them. Obviously, some people need that evidence before they can really get behind it. I would like to say that I am like an example of that. Whenever I speak with women that are single parents or mums for kids, when they look at me, I am testament to the fact that you can still find a way and you can still be successful. So that's giving them inspiration, but it's also then getting them from a place of, okay, I can't, to actually, if she can do it, how can I do it? And it starts activating that creative part of their brain that will instead stop them focusing on the problem and start getting them to focus on the solution. So if you are not surrounded by people that are positive, that are lighting your fire and rather than pissing on your bonfire, then you need to come and join me either in my Aligned, Empowered and Abundant Academy, which is a super accessible group program academy where for women that want to build a soulful business and scale. You can do that. It's also for anybody that's interested in manifestation and spirituality and being more aligned and abundant and empowered in life. You can come and join me there. Otherwise, I've got my high level mastermind, which is the 7-figure sisterhood. You can join me there too, because this is powerful. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend your most amount of time with. So the more that you can ensure that 5 of people are women that are going places, the more you increase your likelihood of having the same success. The next thing around is, as we said earlier, about radical self-awareness. It's about paying attention to the negative as well as the positive in terms of your emotions. Pay attention to jealousy, because that's powerful feedback from your brain as to what you think is possible to you. Often when we're triggered by somebody who makes us feel jealous or some kind of way, it's because they have something that we want. But there's a part of us that does not believe that it's available to us. So the more that you can lean into that and be curious and practice that radical self-awareness about what is it that they have that actually I want. Is it that they have freedom and I don't have that right now? That's powerful feedback. That gives you real clarity on what your goals are. Is it that there is they are, they look different or they seemingly are more successful? Is there a part of you that doesn't believe that you can have that too? That's powerful feedback that you can then go work away and do the work on your limiting beliefs around that, so that you can then, up level that mindset and work on those limiting beliefs and start reprogramming your mindset for success. The next thing that I would say is start making decisions from where you want to be rather than where you are currently now. So start thinking beyond your immediate circumstances and your environment, and start thinking about how would your future self, the person that has everything that you want, that's super empowered, that's rich, wealthy, whatever way you want to call it, but that is living their dream life in that relationship, how would they be acting? And that is how you manifest and start to collapse time and bring those things into your energy. And I've got countless examples of how this is true, but even thinking back to my corporate days, I had people that would come to me and say, I can't believe I keep getting passed over for this promotion. I've done the work. I've been here the longest. I'm the hardest working person in the room. And yet when I look at them, they talk negatively about the business. They don't dress like a manager. They don't speak like a manager. They're not on board with the business like a manager would be. And yet they're wanting the manager title. And yet I used to go back to them and say, you need to make it easy for your line manager when they are looking around and thinking, right, who gets to ascend into that next level management role? It's going to be the person that is already acting like they have it, because it's a no-brainer. It's an easy transition for them. If they have to try and imagine how you're going to then fit into that role with your current negative attitude and your current way of thinking, it's going to be a harder sell. So it is going to go to the person that instead just thinks, acts, walks, talks, already makes those decisions from that place. They're the people that are ultimately seamlessly going to be moving into that next level of life and success. The next thing I would say, and this is something I actually share with my daughters, it's like, let your yes be a hell fucking yes, and let your no be an absolutely not a chance. And this for me is an exercise in knowing your boundaries and also giving yourself permission to go all in on the things that you want. So being a hell yes type of person is understanding that you have trust in yourself, that you will always find a way. If that is a hell yes, if your soul is speaking to you, if that desire is in your heart, you're ready to start. So you're going all in. You're going to give yourself the best possible chance of success. You're not going to listen to negativity or excuses or let anything derail you. You're going all in. And then your hell no is about understanding your boundaries and what you are no longer available for. So it is not letting people, you're not saying yes to things because you feel that you should do, or because you always have done it previously, or because people are making you feel bad. This is, I am intentionally deciding what action I take today, how I feel today, who gets to spend time with me, where I am placing my energy. I am in control of all of that. That's how you really step into that most empowered self. The next thing is around playing the long game. So this could be about life and it could be about business. We are so focused on the short-term quick fixes and quick wins that we are not focused on the overview of what it is that we want in life or in business. And I would say take a moment today to really think about what is your 5-year plan. I think previously it was always about the 5-year plan for me. Now I understand that I can collapse time. I don't need to wait that long, but I've always got an idea of what is going to feel good by the end of this year. If I've succeeded this, what would feel really good? But equally in 2 years, how is that then going to ultimately feed into my higher goal, which is, the big picture dream life? So you've got to, and it's the same with business. It's about having a sustainable vision for your business. It's not about how can I make as much money as possible by the end of the next couple of months, burn myself out and have nothing to fall back on. It's about what am I doing today that is ultimately going to feel into my bigger picture goals, and what can I do today that's going to move me closer to it as opposed to further away from it. And the last thing is all around ensuring that you have, making quicker decisions as well is also something that you need to start doing. But I'm touching on that more in my 4th video, which is all around setting yourself up for success. So make sure in your daily activities, so making sure that will be something that I'll touch on there. But what I would say is around developing a growth mindset, absolutely has to be part of your daily practice. It's a non-negotiable, it's a commitment. You only know what you know right now, and your goals are only ever going to be as big as the decisions that you're making from a place of what you know right now. So the more that you can expose yourself to opportunities to grow that mindset and really continue to be the best person of you, to be that next level vision of you, to be the person who is stronger, better, smarter, faster, more loving, more giving, more more visible, more like just all of the things, the better that your life is going to be, because ultimately we're spiritual beings that are here for a human experience. We are here to grow and expand as much as we possibly can. When you feel like when you feel restless, when you feel bored, when you feel agitated, like there's more inside me, it's because you're negating and you're not dishonoring, but you're like, there's that part of you that knows that you are always meant for more. And when you move the goalpost, it's like there's more. When you move the goalpost, there's still more. That's the beauty of being a spirit, a human being, is that you get to just continually grow and see what is available to you. That comes from cultivating a growth mindset daily. So this could be podcasts, who you're surrounding yourself with. It could be what you're reading. It could be learning something new. Never accept that you are done and that I don't need to do any more work on myself. I don't need to try any harder. I don't need to learn anything new. Like, I'm good. Because that's the ultimate, like as Tony Robbins says, if you're not growing, you're dying. That is the quickest way to complacency, boredom, unhappiness, unfulfillment, and essentially like a really unmagical life. So that would be the last thing, is every day commit to having a really healthy growth mindset. So I hope that you have enjoyed that episode. These are like my key takeaways right now. I'm sure that I'll add to it. I'm sure that I'll re-record to it, but it's just something that I felt really called on my heart to share today. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what you're going to be implementing today off the back of this video. Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been amazing to share this time with you, and I feel honoured to be part of your journey. If you've loved what you've heard, had an aha moment, or found value in this episode, then please do like, comment and share. I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook, so come and find me, and I look forward to helping you build your epic life.